white lion cards, and of course a relationship reading. Before I begin, for those of you who would like to know what is the special that I'm running for the month of July, it's called My Best Life Reading. And what you can do is get a prediction, yeah, that would, of what your life could be at its best if you follow the guidance that also comes through in the reading. So it describes to you what your best life will look like, and then it describes to you how to achieve that, what you need to shift and change. And sometimes it's tiny changes. It's just shifts in how we think or how we approach things. That's mostly what it's about. These readings have been amazing. Some really, really enlightening stuff has been coming through in them, and people have been surprised because, often we don't actually know what it is that we really want until someone says, this is what makes you happy, and the little ping goes off in your head, the little light bulb, and you think that is what it is. So they're an amazing, amazing reading. So you can get that reading for only $20 for the month of with the July readings. Email me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, and then I'll organize that reading for you. So put it in the description box. I will put my email address in the description box below, and then you can just email me. Amazing readings. They really are. Right, so let's first do Taurus's July 2022 forecast reading. Let's see what's in store for you guys. Okay. Oh, that's a jumpy card. Okay. Right. Some heavy hitters there, as we call them. The major arcana, they always carry with them important news and messages. Now let's see what white lion cards come with us. Okay. Right. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so you start off with a Knight of Air, which says something comes at you at great speed. You're not prepared for it, okay? You don't see it coming. However, you do need to carefully consider before taking action on it. You are going to be inclined to want to take instant action, but rather think a bit before you actually take that action. And it's a crossroads for you. In other words, what it indicates for you is the way forward can now shift and change depending on the choice or decision that you make. Don't hurry the choice and decision, even though the situation or whatever it is comes at you very quickly. Make your choices carefully and deliberately. It is a crossroads. In other words, the choices and their implications are important to the future of your life, okay? So choose what you genuinely want to be doing. Choose with your heart. The Page of Fire says there is an exciting new endeavor or adventure coming up for you. And it's going to be cause for celebration, okay? So now, I say a little bit later in the month, although it could show up in the earlier half even, there's something that is cause for celebration for Taurus. There's something coming up, an exciting opportunity of some sorts, which you are going to be celebrating, all right? The Moon card says that there's also important insights for you in the month of July. There's aha moments, there's revelations, there's things you haven't considered or seen before that show themselves to you. And interestingly enough, you get the reality card with us. So the reality of a situation presents itself to you. The light is shone on it, and you see the reality of something. It's brought home to you. The reality of something is brought home to you. That is not always a bad thing. Mostly it's actually not. Mostly it awakens us to perhaps choices and decisions we've made in the past that were not in our best interests, okay? Didn't serve our best interests. The final tarot card is the Emperor, and you get the father figure with that. Now that doesn't surprise me. So if you get the father figure and the Emperor, it's kind of a double underlining, underscoring of the fact that you need to be logical, you need to put structure, you need to put order, you need to logically think about things and place them in their consequential way and follow through with that. It also says structure and organization. If you are dealing with it at the moment, consider it to be in your best interests, okay? Sometimes one doesn't want that. You want things more loose, you want them more intuitive, you don't want structure and order and logic, you don't want to deal with organizations like that. But right now, especially towards the end of July, that is going to be important, and it's going to be in your best interest to follow through in that manner. Structure, logic, order. Organizations that bring structure, logic, order, okay? They will bring order into your life for you. So if you feel yourself dealing with them and there's a little bit of resistance, or you feel like you've got to do things in that manner and there's resistance, gently put the resistance aside and go through with using structure and order and logic. It's really going to be in your best interest, okay? I'm another one that's not that keen on structure and order, and I like to go with the flow, and if I have too many things planned that have to be done at that time, I start feeling a little closed in. But end of July, that is the way one is going to be, facing things, dealing with things, moving with things, because it's just going to be in our best interest to do it in that manner. Right, I say we. I'm not Taurus, and I don't have anything in Taurus in my natal chart either, but for those of you that are Taurus. Okay, now let's have a look. They always say all of us have a little bit of each star sign in our charts, but I have an unusual chart. Okay, so now let's see. Relationships for Taurus in July. What's in store for you guys? Let's have a look, shall we? Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. And white lion cards to go with it. They'll give us a little bit more insight into the story. Okay. Yeah. And next one. Okay. That's interesting. And finally, okay. Interesting this. Okay, so you get the deception card with, and you get the trust card with this. Interesting, you get those two together. So often we will represent ourselves in a certain way to people because we think they will better receive us in that manner. But what we are doing is presenting ourselves not exactly as we are. We need to trust that exactly as we are is more than presentable, is more than acceptable. The person will genuinely like us in that way. We also need to perhaps, with this, if you have the two together, if someone is presenting themselves not entirely as you believe they should be, trust this is going somewhere and that they're not telling you everything or showing you everything at the moment for a reason. And you just need to trust what is going on here. Maybe they're going through stuff. Maybe they don't feel confident enough that you will be accepting of the real person. So just give it a little bit of time. Trust the way this is unfolding. But if you are the one that is presenting yourself in a manner that's not entirely you, make a little bit of a shift and just trust that if you present yourself exactly as you are, that is going to be perfectly acceptable. The very soon card comes up with a Cubs card, which says, if you decide what it is that you really want, it'll come in pretty quickly. The Cubs card says, do so with childlike trust. Okay? Do so with childlike trust. In other words, what you want, what you genuinely want, sometimes we need to check in on that as well. If you put that forth and you put that out to the universe with the innocence and the trust that it can manifest in your life, it will do so particularly quickly. July is supporting energy of that. You get make the effort and rest. A little bit of a contradiction in terms, yeah, isn't it? But if there's something that you genuinely want in a relationship or a kind of relationship, there needs to be an effort made to bring that into your life. And interestingly enough, that's going to be rest. In other words, give it a rest at continuously trying to make something happen. Take a bit of a break. Lie on your back and look at the stars or the sun, or just chill, whatever the case may be, because perhaps you've been trying too hard, okay? And it's just backing off for a while, just relaxing, enjoying where you are, who you are, where life has you at the moment. That is more likely going to bring in what you want than the continual making of effort. The final card you get is this could be the one, and respect. Now this is very interesting. So the person you seek is right under your nose. Okay, you've definitely crossed paths before. Maybe you're already in a relationship with them. They are the soulmate. The respect will come when you give them the respect and yourself the respect as well. So if you respect the situation, yourself, and the other person, listen again, the situation, yourself, and the other person, you will recognize and see this relationship for the important soulmate relationship that it is or was in your life. Okay, so that is Taurus's reading for the month of July. I do hope that you enjoyed that. Listen to it again, especially as the month goes through. There's quite a few messages sort of woven in here that will mean more to you as you listen to it again. I'll always say as well, if you sit down and listen again, there's a message again for you in there somewhere. Just a reminder, if you would like that My Best Life reading, where I predict the best version of your life you can have if you follow through on the guidance, and often it also points to you what will actually really make you happy, then please email me at theoracletimes@gmail.com. For a mere $20, I will do an amazing reading for you. I will put my email address in the description box below. Taurus, sending you hugs and blessings for the month of July. We'll speak again soon.